Hello, everyone. It's Nell. I'm sorry it's been so long, but let's get right to it. Today I'm going to be doing a reading on all the teachers out there. This one's for you. I want to see how we can possibly make the teaching crisis and all the horrible things going on in the education system a little bit better. I know there's just been a lot of problems with bad administration and overcrowded classrooms, and I mean, not even just the shootings, it's just so many teachers are quitting, and I know it's really hard for you to make that decision. I applaud every one of you who, no matter if you decide to leave or decide to stay, each one of you is just so special, and I know your students love you, and I really hope things get better, even incrementally. So I'm going to be using the Badger's Forest Tarot by Nikisha, and then I'll also be pulling a couple of cards at the end for, with the Woodland Warden's Oracle. I hope that I am shuffling on camera for you. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. I'm using a new setup, and it's hard to see the camera from here. Okay, so let's see what comes out in terms of what will help the situation. So first we have the King, and this is a slightly, she has her own system, so I'm going to be going by the imagery. Oh, we have a visitor. It's my cat Silverbell. Hi, Silverbell. We have that. Temperance. This is another 3. This kingly badger. And then finally the death card. Okay. So I'd say this king, bunny that's out in the cold, I believe that's where you teachers are right now. You're not getting any support from your administration, which is a real shame. I know even before all this strife happened, you guys were barely making any money. So that's what I'm seeing here. In this too, I'm not sure which suit it is because again, she uses a different system, and unfortunately the deck did not come with a guidebook. I'll have to see if she came out with one later. But you can see this crow bringing some branches back home to a tree, presumably to start building a nest. in the better weather. It's already nicer than the winter. Maybe making your own schools. I know that is a hard thing, but perhaps a solution would be fellow teachers banding together and creating their own schools, run by, teachers who have lived the experience and know what needs to be done. Next is this card. You can see all the animals, hopefully. They all seem to be waiting for something. Who's going to make the first move? So I'm sensing a lot of hesitation here. Maybe hesitation about figuring out a better way to get out of the current school system, of how it's run. Then there's Temperance. Now I know Temperance is usually a card of balance, but in this illustration I'm really getting the energy that this is an adventurous young deer doe. You get the idea that's ready to take a new step, a new adventure. So I'm getting the feeling that there's gonna be one or maybe a few young teachers who are going to start their own school or online school, or something of that nature, that they're in charge and they get to make the rules and figure out what's best for the students, because that's what really matters. And I think that, at least initially, looks like a good idea. You can see the crow and that nice fluffy looking nest, and there's some blooming flowers on the tree, little buds, leaves. Things are looking a little more promising in the future. And then we have this curled up fox. For those of you who know the suit, it's four foxes maybe, but it's taking a very comfortable, long-deserved nap. I think, that's hopefully a sign that once, at least, some teachers start figuring out a better way of doing things, life will calm down a little bit and you guys can all take a well-deserved rest. This is another king card, but look at that nice spring yard with the flowers. After your long nap, it looks like things are in bloom and you're getting ready to emerge from hibernation into, a brighter future. And we're ending on a death card, which is, one of the maiden transformation cards. And that buffalo, there's two buffaloes. There's a buffalo skull, and then there's the actual buffalo. And I think that skull represents the old system of doing things. And the buffalo, you can tell he's tired and maybe a little wistful for, how things were in the past maybe, but he's looking towards the future. The future of the education system, which hopefully, it will be going through major transformation and things will be changing for the better. So I'm going to put these cards to the side. I'm going to start shuffling the Woodland Warden's deck, which luckily does come with a guidebook, so I'm not completely lost. Okay, so I'm going to be pulling just two. I don't want to pull too many, I don't think. So we have the Cat and Lavender, Independence. And the Porcupine and Anemone, Boundaries. Now in the guidebook, for all of you that have this deck, there are explanations of the background of the flowers and the animals, but I'm just going to be reading the upright meanings today. So for the Cat and Lavender, you can seek your full potential without depending on validation from others. Power, resourcefulness, and potential are key words to remember. So keep that in mind, all you brave educators out there. You don't need, principals and boards of education. You know what's best for your students. You know what works. Be independent, be brave, you can do this. And then the Porcupine and Anemone, Boundaries. You cannot help others unless you first help yourself. Maintain healthy boundaries around your time and energy, giving generously only once you are sufficiently fed. So, I cannot give you advice as to how to protect yourself and maintain healthy boundaries in this particular situation. I am not in the education field. All the information I'm getting is from teachers or teachers who are coming out with videos online, teachers who are speaking out on social media, but I am not in your situation. But that is something maybe to keep in mind. If you find yourself getting too tired, try and figure out a way to take care of yourselves. You're fighting a long battle here. It's a unfortunately long journey to things getting better. That's just how most things are. And if you want to do what's best for your students and create a better atmosphere for everybody, you have to also remember to take care of yourselves. So my heart goes out to each and every one of you. I hope you found this reading helpful, and just know that we're all giving you our best wishes and love, and you'll get through this. Alright, so that was my reading on the education system. I am going to try to be recording videos more often, and I hope you have a great day.